Thank you. Good morning to members of the press. Good morning to the Deputy Political Leader, those watching via live stream. Fellow St. Lucians, good morning. It gives me great pleasure to be here at the office of the Leader of the Opposition. An opposition is vital to a country's maintenance of democracy. It is something that we must accept as a necessary part of government. And stepping forward to serve my country in this capacity, I value and appreciate the tolerance for differences in opinions, differences in ideas, and I look forward to the day when we St. Lucians can live in a country where this is respected. Today I'm here to give the opposition's position on a few announcements pertaining to sports, calls for reform coming from persons like the president of the Teachers Association and the Principals Association, and also just a few remarks on the legal process as it pertains to elections in St. Lucia. So first of all, I want to mention that I am an endorsed candidate and not a candidate, as Spider mentioned earlier. We become candidates after we have accepted nominations. So a writ must be given by the Governor General that signals the date when nominations will be held and the date for the polling to actually happen. The election period, what some people sadly refer to as silly season in St. Lucia, it can be no longer than 28 days. So it's between 21 and 28 days from the date of the announcement given by the Governor General. On nomination day, every endorsed candidate or everyone seeking to become a candidate, whether you have been endorsed by a political party or just by persons from your constituency, you go to the place of nomination. You must be nominated by 6 individuals on a form, and you must agree, you must sign that you accept the nomination. That's when you become a candidate. That's when you actually are qualified to take part in the electoral process. And so that period of time has not been announced. All that's happening now, it's identification of persons who are competent, persons who have served in their constituency, persons who can speak on behalf of their constituencies, and the different political parties, other interested persons who are home and who want to step up. You have the freedom to do so right now. This is actually protected by the Constitution of St. Lucia. There's a section that speaks to freedom of association, freedom to participate. And that is what every St. Lucian, every right-minded St. Lucian who has ideas, who dream of making this place better for the next generation, for our elderly, for persons with disabilities, you have the freedom to step forward. And I challenge the sitting government, I challenge the persons who are out there trying to set up barriers to discourage people from stepping forward to serve the nation. I challenge you to stop. Desist from that practice, because St. Lucia will benefit from all of us being involved in the democratic process. Our participation is protected by law. Bullying, victimization, fear-mongering, that is petty. And we need to put that aside. So I move to the announcements made by the Minister for Sports. A lot of these announcements provide hope. Hope that we are moving sports in the right direction. But too many times, hope is overshadowed by a lack of transparency, a lack of accountability, and delays are announced, excuses are made why projects are not being delivered. We heard that in Micoud North, we would have been able to use our playing field. It was over 6 weeks ago, but on the day the announcement was made, we were promised we'd use it in 6 weeks. We heard the Minister for Sports mention his investments in SPL. This is the 4th year. This is the ending of the 4th year. July 27th this year will be the beginning of the 5th year in government. Is this why these announcements are being made? These are questions I have to answer. As someone who has stepped forward to get involved in politics, I have to defend the sitting government. I have to propose new ideas, new visions, so that St. Lucians will not lose hope in our governance. I heard too many people cry over the past couple of weeks that, they want to see changes, they want to see reforms, but there is not enough accountability. Many times when we are asked to hold our government accountable, the only thing that comes in our mind, wait until they're 5 years up, and then we vote them out. But we demand accountability now. Too many unanswered questions pertaining to the $80 million, the loan that was taken by the National Lotteries Authority. Too many unanswered questions pertaining to contracts, projects all across the island, not just in sports, but a lot of allegations targeted towards sports. I am going to be tuned in tonight at the town hall meeting to find out or to see whether the minister will come clean, will give us the answers that we deserve, because it is our hard-earned cash that is on the table when we meet as a cabinet of ministers. Our hard-earned cash is what's in front of you. We demand accountability. We want to know how our money is being spent, especially if it's a loan, and our children must pay for it. Accountability, transparency is something I've advocated for as chairman of the council. One of the first things I did in Micoud was to add a financial and operationals report to every agenda, every month. When I came in, that was not an item on the agenda. Another thing I did, I asked the clerk to publish financial statements, monthly financial statements, every month to the public. Put it up on our window so when persons from the constituency come in, they could see how much money we made this month, how much money we spent. We, the next generation of politicians, we, the young people in St. Lucia, we demand better from our government. And I'm glad that at this time, I have aligned with a political party in St. Lucia who is obviously ready for that change. Lots of lessons were learned during the last election. They lost. And a great coach of mine, he said to me, there are more lessons to be learned in losing than in winning. And I know they have learned their lessons. And I know that they are ready for change. And you can see it by the actions that they are taking. Education reform. I heard the president of the Principals Association lament the fact that there were changes made to an island's examination, CPEA. And it was not relevant. A loss of a key skill, essay writing, and its applicability in today's society. We have news reporters here who have to write essays, write reports every day. Many of them are thankful for innovations like ChatGPT. Many police officers who have to write reports, they are thankful for innovations like that. Are we preparing our children for the world of work? Have our exams and the results of these exams been in sync with the purpose of these exams? If not, then in the field of testing, measurement, and evaluation, these exams and the use of the results are invalid. We educators must do better, because education is the training ground for our citizens. If we are not happy with the products of our education system, then our human resource managers will not be happy with the workforce. And recently we heard managers complaining about skilled workers who, in their minds, were not able to deliver. But in the minds of these skilled workers, they were doing their best. And some of these workers are the best we have on island. State-of-the-art technology must be introduced in schools. The Human Capital Resilience Project proposed TVET in every school. When I think about it, I think about dirty politics. It's like every single project is given a new name just so that the sitting government could claim it. Cosmetic changes, as you said. Why? While the people suffer. The Sports Academy. Could the Sports Academy have been strengthened, its program strengthened? Could it have received the financial support needed instead of creating a new high-performance center? Can the projects work together? Can our governments work together? This is my message. St. Lucians are looking for hope from our government, our political parties. We are not looking for competition, nasty competition. Behind me, the coat of arms, I want you to pay attention to the words at the bottom. Our St. Lucians are tired of a system that's working against the land, the people, the light. The United Workers' Party promises to take a different approach and make things better. Thank you very much. I'll take your questions at any point during the press briefing.